Trump's struck in Sokoto, is Sokoto significant?
Well, people have argued that North West is the most significant area. So we are not privy to his calculation, but we can guess. First, power creates signals and symbolism that I stay on the Gulf of Guinea. I'm not even close to Nigeria and I can attack you. That's symbolism. That's a signal that when I'm ready to go anywhere, you cannot stop me. Second, and this is a very painful analysis, we are not sure that the federal government was telling the truth when he said he knew about it. They said they collaborated. Shit. But they made a small mistake, which is that they have intelligence. If the Tinubu government has intelligence, why couldn't he use it himself?
Perhaps he doesn't have the precision weapons to do that.
Well, he has an army, he can move an army.
He doesn't want to move a ground force in there. It'll be fire for fire.
Well, that is his country. Because once you have once you say you have the intelligence.
I'm just thinking aloud.
Yeah, if you have the intelligence, your intelligence will tell you how strong the army is. It can be stronger than the Nigerian army. But and Tinubu may say, okay, if Trump is doing my job for me, why will he not be grateful? Because if it's true that he's also looking for those people and somebody helps you to destroy them, you play a double game. You remember he has not criticized Trump for doing that. He
has been strategically silent.
It's deliberate. You see, I did a TV interview on it in which everybody was saying, this is your sovereignty being encroached upon. But he's silent. Which means, well, I know Trump will collect his money back secretly. He's a transactional leader. I mean, the materials will run into millions of dollars that he used. You and I will not know when the Tinubu government pays for that, but he will collect his money.
Is Trump done with Nigeria?
We don't know that. We don't know that because he may strike again.
What does he want?
He wants resources. By now, they'll be behind the door negotiations that you and I are not aware.
Nigerians are saying he can come take it, that even our leaders have not used the resources for the benefit of the people.
Well, that is one argument which raises suffering. Call it sovereignty. Sovereignty against sovereignty. So if people are suffering, do they care about sovereignty? Which is exactly what you are saying. That if you are not using the resources to solve the issues of poverty, what does it matter? Some people are saying, don't let us talk about the sovereignty argument. Let us talk about the crisis, the insecurity, and the suffering, which are two separate arguments.
Will bombing Sokoto solve the problem of banditry? Because they are still hitting, they are everywhere.
Oh, and they demonstrated their capacity just a few days ago. Just going to an open market, killed 35, 36 people, and carried the rest away. So it has not solved the problem. So we are not party to what the federal government and the US government are talking about, because this will be security of confidential nature.
Is Trump interested in 2027 election in Nigeria?
I don't see the evidence, but I hear the gossip.
What do you hear?
The gossip coming from different sectors. One, first of all, there is a rumor of the coup. And the rumor of the coup, people are saying there is a Chinese that leaked it. I have no evidence. That's why I'm calling it a rumor that it will have been dead on October 1st. That's a gossip. That coup was intended to assassinate him. I have no evidence. That's just a gossip. But they keep telling us the investigation is ongoing. And they've released names, including that of a former governor, a minister. But they have not told us anything. And we don't know the conclusion. And there is a Biafran wing that also formed the lobby saying, Trump, come. That aspect is there. And we do not know. Members of the caliphate are also not happy with Tinubu. And they have made it clear that they are not happy with him because of the nature of appointments, because he's a monopolist that does not like to share power. He wants to concentrate power, which is a gossip about removing Shetima. And if you look at the duties in Lagos, there are two major sources of revenues: customs in Lagos and oil in Niger Delta. Anchored to the NNPC, the North is saying that they have been controlled by Yoruba people.
But they controlled it in Buhari's time.
But in politics, you don't talk about the past. You talk about what you are losing at the moment. And they say, bear in mind, many Nigerian politicians have no business. They don't. You understand? So when they're out of power, you are also saying they should become broke. And they are not going to accept being broke.
You just talked about the Biafran lobbyists. Who are these people?
Well, but they have never gone away. The most articulate is Kano. Who is very clear? Kano is very clear. It's an insurgency. So you have the Niger Delta insurgency. You have the Ududua Republic insurgency. You have the Fulani insurgency. And people have said, why focus on him? Why just focus on Kanu if there are other people? Why are you kind to the Niger Delta insurgents and you're not kind to him? Why do you call for the integration of Boko Haram elements into the army and police? That they're basically doing the same thing. Why do you focus on him? That's one. Because he doesn't speak for himself, remember. He speaks for a larger number of people. You may not agree with his rhetoric, you may disagree with his style, but he's not just speaking for himself. So, the civil war ended, but it doesn't mean that the idea has ended. The idea has never ended. To those who did not suffer from that war, they don't understand trauma and memory. Because it's the only region in Nigeria that underwent that trauma. And you have to be fair to them. They remain traumatized. And what that war said is, look, we don't know whether they are going to kill us again. They are not giving us presidential power. And they are making us second-class citizens. So they have to create pressure groups. And part of that pressure group is not just domestic. It's also manifested in other countries.
It's international.
Yes, the lobby. They are part of the lobby that says Muslims are persecuting us. Which is not new. Ojukwu said the same thing.
Yes, if you even read that declaration.
He said it, that this is genocide. So, The number we may be exaggerating, the effect may be exaggerating, but you have to include them among the lobby talking to American Christian fundamentalists.
And now that Trump has come, will he help them?
So there's a joke. If he wants to help them, why can't he give them asylum? Why is he giving Afrikaner asylum in South Africa? So they say, if you love the Christians a lot, why don't you say 1 million? I will let you live in US. So some people are criticizing him for that. But as I said previously, you have to also look at his domestic politics, in which Christian fundamentalists are also part of MAGA. So it's a base that he also has to satisfy.
Do you see the US government supporting a Christian presidential candidate in the 2027 election?
They may not frame it that way. They may not frame it that way. Remember, Jonathan is of the belief that the US government was part of those who made it possible for him to lose power.
He's not happy with Obama.
Yes, he said it. Some people say they have the proof. Some people say they don't have the proof. But for a transactional politician like Tinubu, that game may be very complex. Because like both of Trump and Tinubu are dealers. These are political dealers. Very astute in their game. Because the way Tinubu may say, Mr. Trump, what do you want? And as a transactional politician, he can give it. So Tinubu is not like Buhari. Buhari may be a bad manager, or he wasn't as transactional as Tinubu. Tinubu is a kind of president with you one gold in Samfara. Let's talk about it. And that's how transactional politicians behave.
And Trump likes that.
Yeah, both of them share that in common.
Nicolas Maduro did not understand him.
he did, but because, you know, he kept saying, let us reduce the price of petrol. Let's negotiate. But he wanted more. He wanted to take over the entire thing.